Big Tech has colluded with the White House to do Big Pharma's bidding and censor all vaccine-critical content, and the lengths they will go to do that are shameless and terrifying, and it's time for Final Thoughts. So if you're not outright praising the COVID vaccine or bragging about rolling up your sleeve for shot 6, Big Tech is going to flag, censor, shadow ban, block, or even deplatform you. And that is a risk we average peasants take when sharing vaccine side effect stories, or even so much as daring to question the vaccine gospel, a gospel worshipped by more green hairs than the actual Bible, for sure. As we know, climate change and COVID vaccines are religion for those who don't believe in actual religion. But you'd think perhaps the big tech wardens would be a little less brazen with their censorship when the content in question comes from a state surgeon general? Well, think again. Over the weekend, Twitter blocked and then when caught, later restored this tweet from Florida Surgeon General Joe Ladapo, a tweet exposing an increased risk of cardiac-related death among men 18 to 39 with an accompanying article that referenced a very real study by the Florida Department of Health, a study that showed there is an 84% increase in the relative incidence of cardiac-related death among males 18 to 39 years old within 28 days following the mRNA vaccination. That study by the freaking Florida Department of Health was too much truth for Twitter and the big government and big pharma heavyweights that more than influenced the content moderation on the platform. Twitter blocked the Surgeon General's post and then restored it, but not until yesterday morning, mind you. The platform defended the censorship, saying our current misleading information policies cover synthetic and manipulated media, COVID-19, and civic integrity. But Twitter also noted that if they determine a tweet contains misleading or disputed information per our policies that could lead to harm, we may add a label to the content to provide context and additional information. Civic integrity and disputed information, my ass. When has Twitter ever flagged a BS pro-vaccine post? I'm going to guess never. Yeah, remember when they told us the lab leak theory was a conspiracy? Well, it wasn't, but that wasn't flagged. Or when they told us the vaccine prevented infection or spread? Want to talk about misinformation and misleading? Start there. Dr. Joseph A. Ladapo is a doctor who earned his MD and PhD from freaking Harvard, but he's not credible enough to discuss the vaccine, and the Florida Department of Health study is somehow not fit to be disseminated? So we're supposed to believe Twitter green-haired algorithm crunchers instead? They are the end-all, be-all of scientific and medical integrity? This is bogus. This is downright criminal. But folks, this same crap happened to me just last week when another warden of truth, Facebook, locked me out of my account for 24 hours for posting this. The video that had them so shook was from this very show, and this is what they were so afraid would get out.
As the FDA came out on December 10th with the emergency use authorization for these vaccines. And by December 12th, the FAA doing 0 long-term safety studies on their own. So there's many stories out there, pilots like Cody Flint, who passed out while he was flying, doesn't remember landing his aircraft. Captain Greg Pearson, who went into atrial fibrillation within hours of his first Pfizer shot. Very few doctors or medical professionals will actually come out and say, this is vaccine related.
So I'll say it again. How invested these supposedly neutral content platforms are in pushing and protecting a narrative is dangerous and quite frankly evil. Ask yourself why. I'll leave you to ponder that for yourself. Those are my final thoughts from Nashville. God bless and take care.